or whatever. So now Tony doesn't watch a second of it, right, Tony?
That is correct.
Also, now there's nobody participating in it. They're all opting out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one element that kind of, the big QBs and stars don't do it. But, I watched the interviews after, like on X or YouTube or something like that. Mostly just, what the GMs are saying. I did see Aaron Glenn fall asleep.
Oh, yeah. I saw that clip and somebody hollered his name or something, and he did the pop-up, like I'm not supposed to be sleeping pop-up. But then he just went right back down again, like, who cares?
I mean, like even the coaches find the combine useless and boring.
Well, what are you going to gather from a bunch of guys just working out in their pajamas?
Look, it's pretty kind of simple. Like what it is that, you see guys on tape. They always say that the film matters first, and then what you want the combine to do is to verify what you see on tape, not like go, because is that you could be an athlete and you're fast in college and you look fast among average athletes, but then when you get to the pros, you just average or slow. So I'm sure that, and then you have somebody whose stock rises because they can run fast or do something. But now they're doing I heard they're doing a bunch of different drills for like defensive ends and things like that have to do with like route running or jump, like high jump and, or whatever it is, because I don't know, they're always trying to figure out some data that they can mine and it's really just the NFL. I mean, they just make it so that they can make money off of it.
Tony Dunn joining us. A couple of things going on I want to talk about. The combine, I don't really have much on that because I've not been following it. Is Mendoza doing anything, Jarrett? Yeah.
Interviews.
I guess he'll have a pro day.
Yeah.
And then people will rave about that. I do like ECU Pro Day. We'll be covering that later on in March. But did you see the NFLPA report cards?
Yes, I saw a couple.
I've got the head coach grades here. Only 2 coaches with an A+. Sean McVay and cool dad Dan Quinn.
Nice.
Dan Quinn got an A+. For the A's, Ben Johnson, Dan Campbell, Andy Reid, Kevin O'Connell, Mike Vrabel, Aaron Glenn, Nick Sirianni, Mike Tomlin, Mike McDonald. A-, where's Tony's guy? He's got to be in the A or A-, right? Dave Canales, A-. Pete Carroll, C+.
Yeah. I know Chip Kelly got an F. Our position coaches got an F.
Really? I didn't see the coordinators.
Which probably has to do with Pete Carroll's doofus sons. And everything else is pretty top-notch for the Raiders.
Lowest rated head coach, C-, Kevin Stefanski, who just got hired in your division, Tony, and by the Falcons. And then a couple of 1C, the Giants staff, Brian Daboll, Mike Kafka get C's. Jim Harbaugh on the C+, so he's way down there as well. What does this say about anything? What do you get from this?
Nothing really, but the Bengals report card was atrocious.
The Steelers report card was atrocious.
Yeah.
And you think Steelers, you think stable franchise, and I'm not talking about Mike Tomlin. I'm talking about like
the Rooneys
field surface. They have like 3 bathrooms in the whole locker room or something. They were complaining about. Apparently they have a lot of work to do in Pittsburgh. I wonder, Tony, do you think guys look at this, because all these guys talk to each other, all these guys are filling out the grades, I guess, the Players Association, like, would this hurt a team? Would it hurt a free agent going to Pittsburgh in the future, maybe?
I can't really believe that. I mean, not these grades. I mean, I think that the guys can just look around and watch the television and see what's going on in organizations and probably gather, a sense of if it's a good environment or not. But at the end of the day, man, money is what talks, and for anything. So, if you're a poor organization and you don't have a lot of money, I guess the Panthers kind of fit into this, is that, smaller. I don't think the market size matters anymore because of like the internet, and you can still get your name out there and stuff. But, it's not like an exciting place maybe for some people, but the team's just been mediocre, or it's been bad really. And then, they never have a bunch of money. So, I mean, if you want to attract free agents, you got to pay them. That's the first step. And then I guess guys do, think about if it's going to be competitive or not. My comment on these grades is it sounds like standard grade inflation here, man. They sound like they're giving up some good grades.
Yeah.
I don't know if Canales gets an A.
Well, it's like, the kids at school these days, Tony.
Intern Carter has a 4.1 GPA.
Yeah,
He's,
come on.
I mean, as smart as a brick. Like,
I didn't know what you were about to say.
yeah, no.
But I do agree with that, Tony. Inflated grades for sure. Because, again, the lowest is a C- or whatever, and that went to Stefanski.
Yeah, I mean, and the fact that Stefanski got a worse grade than Pete Carroll, to me, is kind of bizarre.
And I guess this is player relations more than anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what they're...
Popularity contest, I guess, in that sense. I did see, and I didn't realize these were put out by the NFLPA. I saw like a tweet on the GM grades, and Dan Morgan got an A.
Yeah. Oh, I saw Dan Morgan talking to Pat McAfee. Did you see that, Tony?
I did see it. They were talking about the ice throw. I still think, man, look, I love Dan Morgan. I love him as a player. He just looks like he is a caveman.
He does.
Lost in time.
Yeah. And he's like Tepper's caveman. He's going to go to bat for his boss. But they talked about, the ice throwing thing. I liked him talking about Ted McMillan and him saying, because I remember, Tony, asking you last year, like, hey, the knock on this guy is that he doesn't love football. He was on some stream in his pajamas doing an interview, and like, it ended up not mattering at all. And Dan Morgan was like, you've really got to clear your mind and get rid of all the biases, the things you hear, and just go talk to the guy one-on-one. And Morgan said he loved what McMillan had to say when he interviewed him last year before the draft.
Yeah, these interviews, I mean, this and that really comes down to where the importance of maybe the combine, getting these guys together, watching them. They're probably watching the guys a lot when they're not doing drills.
Yeah.
In a sense, is how are they interacting with just people on a daily, like in the hallway and stuff like that. And because you really do have to, I mean, it's such a, you're not only gambling on a player and them being successful as an athlete and a player, but you are gambling on them as a person. And while you don't want a bunch of choir boys necessarily, and you don't want to make too many, like assumptions based on character, we just saw what happened with the guy in Atlanta who's, like probably going to go to prison. And
by the way, real quick before we move on from the Falcons, Tony, they fired an assistant for he's being investigated for sexual assault. So the Falcons are on quite a run.
Yeah. So then they brought in a coach with great people skills to solve it.
Well, C-. Which is pretty good for me. So, on that note, Tony, what you were speaking on, Greg Hudson yesterday said when he would recruit a guy, he would, talk to the teachers, the counselors, and you think about these coaches just going to games. He said, I want to see him practice. Like, does he practice hard? How does he, like you were saying, how does he interact around the guys and everything? Does he think he's too good to be there? So a lot goes into it. Tony Dunn joining us, Turner Home Team Live Line. I screenshotted this today, and I got it on social media, and I just looked at who posted this. And I don't know who made the graphic, but I know who posted it. I love my mummy papa posted this.
Okay.
So I'm kind of reluctant to read it now.
Yeah. Well, it's just projections. Anybody can project.
Correct. Projecting every NFL starting quarterback. No surprises for the Commanders, Jaden Daniels. For the Panthers, Bryce Young. For the Raiders, Fernando Mendoza. But let's get to a couple of others we can discuss. For the Cardinals, Tua Tagovailoa.
I mean,
is he a Dolphin?
No, he's not a Dolphin. But, yeah, I see it. But the Cardinals, man, they're just in purgatory. They got nothing.
For the Browns, Shadur Sanders. Now, Watson can play. He was just hurt, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They say Shadur.
He stinks, man. Watson stinks. He's a bum now, too. So,
he lost all his superpowers in that massage room.
Actually, it's probably because he can't go now. It's kind of like with Tiger Woods. Remember, he was better before he got in trouble.
Yeah. For the Dolphins, so if two is out, who's in?
Malik Willis.
Malik Willis.
Yeah. Would you rather have Malik Willis or Anthony Richardson? Because I feel like both of them are in the same boat here.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and cut ties with Anthony Richardson. I'm going to go to Willis.
Yeah.
Yeah, Richardson is like, we had them. I had a moment where, he just resembled my favorite player. He really hasn't been good. And you know what? Malik Willis has shown some, even when he was at the Titans. I mean, I know he had a tough time there, but there were a couple. He's in a tough situation. The problem with Malik Willis is that this really shows how thirsty you are for quarterbacks, right?
Yeah.
He only had like a quarter and a half or a game and a half last year. Maybe it was a little bit more, but he didn't throw the ball a lot. It's a very small. He played well. He looked improved, and these guys can improve. I mean, look what Sam Darnold's doing in his career. But it is a small sample set to really put your whole season on. But I don't think the Dolphins are in any time thinking win now mode, right?
I was listening to a national show, Jared, and they were talking about who's the quarterback with this QBR is outstanding, his touchdown interception ratio over the last whatever years. And I was like, oh my God, they're about to say Davis Mills, aren't they? But it was Malik Willis. But is Davis Mills in the Malik Willis category?
I think he's better.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I'm all in on Davis Mills.
I don't know his contract situation, but
he's still on his rookie deal.
Yeah. So the Texans have no need to get rid of him because he's a valuable option to have. But in a year or two, he's going to be that guy, right?
Yeah.
He'll probably be that name out there.
Where is Kyler Murray?
I'm getting to it.
Is Mac Jones on this list?
Will you relax? Just relax a little bit.
Sorry, I'm just asking questions.
It's a 3-hour show. Wes, tell this guy to calm down, man.
I mean, I've been good to you all this time. Don't start it now.
I'm just asking. I want to be a part of the segment. I'm just asking.
Are you raising your voice at me?
Yeah, I'm raising my voice. What the hell is going on here? Mutiny.
Starting quarterback for the Saints, Tyler Shuck. Does that make you nervous at all, Tony?
No, I mean, I don't think it strikes fear in the heart. Yeah, I mean, I think he had a good rookie season.
Yeah.
I think he turned out to be better than a lot of people. Even remember Holton Ahlers wasn't really impressed with him, and so I mean, look, is the Saints got something better than they expected. Probably, I think that they're fortunate there. I don't know if it's I'm not worried about him specifically dominating the Panthers for the next 10 years.
Right.
Got to respect him as a player, though.
Starting quarterback for the Steelers, Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
Starting quarterback for the Jets,
Kyler Murray. There it is.
I saw a fake post today. Well, I think it's a fake post that the Jets trying to lull Derek Carr out of retirement.
No, that's not fake. Derek Carr will be playing football this season. It's going to be for the Raiders, but he'll be playing football.
What was his reasoning for stopping?
He had no rotator cuff. It had deteriorated over his career.
That would be a good reason.
Yeah.
What was your question, J-Bone, about Mac Jones?
Tony. Mac Jones.
Yeah, no Mac Jones.
Oh, no Mac Jones?
No.
Wow.
So I guess it would be like, would you rather have, if you're the Cardinals, Mac Jones or Tua?
I'd rather have Mac Jones.
If you're the Dolphins, Mac Jones or Willis?
Mac Jones.
Ugh.
Yeah, man, I think he's shown more than any of those guys.
If you're the Jets, Kyler or Mac Jones?
Mac Jones.
All right.
You spend a year with Shanahan, that stock goes up.
And I think everybody else is pretty much set at QB. Falcons, Penix. Like, how do you feel about how do we feel about Penix?
Get him out.
Give
me some belts,
Tony. If you're not worried about Shuck long term, I guess you're not worried about Penix, right?
Well, man, I mean, he still has. Look, the kid's career is not over.
No,
and it's just getting started.
Yeah.
So we don't really know much. I mean, I feel like it is. It's not disrespectful to say you're not I don't think other teams are worried about Bryce Young necessarily.
True.
And that is they're professionals. I mean, he's got a cannon of an arm. But he played like a second-year player. He got hurt, and he's going to have to go out there and earn his position and keep it. You know, I mean, and that's the reality of the NFL is that it's the not for long league for everybody except for a small handful of people that have proven beyond that have done enough to where they get, get basically Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? Like there's groups of people that are outside that window, but everybody else is a year-to-year kind of deal.
Jared, his main issue, he's left-handed.
Yes. Can't stand him.
All right. Vikings starting quarterback, J.J. McCarthy. How do you feel about that? I mean, is there a chance for a McCarthy bounce back?
No.
You're done with him?
At best, he'll win 7-8 games.
I thought he played fine for what he is as a player. You know, he didn't have a rookie season. Had some moments in the season where he let some comebacks, played poorly in some cases. I mean, if you're the Vikings, I mean, you're not stuck. I mean, but you invested in that, and you got to ride it out and give him a chance.
Jared's the give up on a guy. Tony's the give the guy a chance. So I like having both perspectives.
He got a GM fired already. That's my thing.
All right.
So this is not the new GM's guy.
Always in a bad mood on Friday.
I'm just saying, like, this is his last chance.
Because he's got to be at Clark LeClaire Stadium late tonight.
Yeah,
and he's
that's
upset.
another thing.
Did you have something?
I wanted to run past the 3 veteran quarterback option. Tony, John Spicek, GM of the Raiders, said he doesn't like rushing a quarterback out there. So 3 veteran options. I'm going to give you which one would you rather have? Joe Flacco, Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr.
Flacco.
God,
wow.
Really?
I mean, I turned around on Flacco. It's 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I just thought, man, this guy, the deep ball, like he couldn't throw it. It felt like he was throwing it in the stands and stuff. But the guy just walked into these buildings and played well for a bunch of teams. And I think this is, Derek Carr, he looked cooked for like the last couple of years of his career. And Kirk Cousins, he looked cooked until those last 4 games with the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, and Kirk Cousins always gets too much money. I feel like Flacco's just like, bring this old guy in. He's going to be a dad for the room, and let's go. I also like that idea of bringing in a veteran and not starting that rookie quarterback. I mean, look, I think it would have helped the Panthers a lot to have done that.
Tony Dunn joining us. Tony, enjoyed the chat. Have a good weekend, man.
I got a question for you guys real quick.
Yep.
How did you find out that the ECU game started at 1 o'clock when it said 2 o'clock?
Well, first, so Tony I was at the game last Saturday. Tony calls me and was like, "Hey, man." Hey. He's like, "What's going on?" I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Why'd the game started at 1? It's supposed to start at 2." And I was like, "Well, no, it starts at 2. But if you look at the ticket, and I looked at mine when Tony said it did say 1 o'clock for the women's game. We actually talked to kids.
2 o'clock.
Or 2 o'clock. It said the later time. You're right.
Dan Clip, it was my daughter's, she was playing basketball in town. I took the girls to the game, and we were just 20 minutes late. We showed up at 2:20. It tied 39-30. I was like, we missed the best 20 minutes of basketball in the history of the world.
Unfortunately, you saw the worst part of the game because the Pirates blew it. I think they regularly play at 2 because Kim McNeil, when we interviewed her last week, said, "Hey, Pirate fans, make sure you know it's at 1 o'clock and not 2." So she actually made a point to say that. So, yeah, sorry about that, Tony.
No, it's all good. We couldn't have been there at 1 anyway. It was still fun. I appreciate you looking out for me, Clip, and I'll be back in studio next Friday.
All right.
Keep the Panthers podcast Tuesday night.
See you then. C3 Panthers podcast. Tony Dunn joining us. We'll take a break, come back. Parker Byrd went one-on-one with Ellerby earlier, and you'll hear that and watch that on YouTube after this.
Hey, Pirate Nation, get a jump on Mustache March by stopping by UBE or pirateware.com this weekend and purchase a special Strikeout ALS t-shirt. Proceeds from the new t-shirts will be donated to the ECU Baseball Mustache March Fund to fight ALS. The last 4 years, Pirate Nation has helped raise over $8,000 with this promotion, and our goal this year is to get over the $10,000 mark. Get to UBE or pirateware.com right now and get your new t-shirt while supplies last. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, are you in the market for a member-focused local credit union or making a switch from your existing one? Then explore First Flight Credit Union with branches across Eastern North Carolina where all residents are membership eligible. First Flight members experience in-person service, competitive savings, and loan rates. Everything from automobile, boat, and home loans, First Flight has you covered. First Flight is more than just a branch. They're on a mission to take better care of our community. Stop by one of their local branches today or visit efirstflight.com. First Flight is insured by the NCUA and an equal housing lender.
Looking for friendly service and hometown convenience? Make it Country Mart in Pitt County. With 2 great locations already serving our community, Country Mart is your one-stop shop for fresh hot food, cold drinks, snacks, fuel, and everyday essentials, all with the fast, friendly service you can count on. And we're growing. A brand new location is coming soon on Highway 11 right across from Aiken-Crifton High School. From breakfast biscuits to afternoon pick-me-ups and the best fuel prices in town, Country Mart keeps Pitt County moving. Country Mart, local, convenient, and always friendly.
Greenville Motor Company celebrating 40 years serving the automotive needs of Greenville and Eastern Carolina. Here is Greenville Motor Company's Brian Cook.
We have flexible financing options, work great with all credit types to fit the right plan and payment terms you need. We have a friendly, no-pressure sales staff focused on finding the best fit for you.
Greenville Motor Company, locally owned by the Cook family, right across from Greenville Nissan at 1000 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Go to driveherenow.com. Driven by service, powered by trust. Greenville Motor Company.
Overtime Tavern is the place to be for great food, cold drinks, and all your game day action with over 10 TVs. Swing in today and try a mouth-watering burger, glizzies, wings, or check out their daily specials featuring some of the best items on the menu. OT's has a weekly lineup of entertainment starting Tuesday with Singo, Wednesday is sports trivia with Clip Brock, and Thursday's local acoustic acts playing the tunes. OT's is located on Charles Boulevard across from the Sheets and is open daily from 11 a.m. to midnight. There's always time on the clock at Overtime Tavern.
The stifling heat of summer, the bitter cold of winter. What do they have in common? The extreme temperatures of both force your home's heating and cooling system to work overtime to keep you comfortable. And that can cost you a lot of money. Fortunately, your neighbors at Greenville Utilities have several ways you can save energy. And that means saving you money on your utility bills. Just go to GUC.com and look for ways to save. That's GUC.com.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Play it again, sport. Buy, sell, trade. Great deals never felt so good. So good, so good, so good. I saved a bunch of cash. Buy, sell, trade. Using my gear like I never knew I could. Play It Again Sports. Buying and selling new and used sporting and fitness equipment for over 27 years right here in Greenville. Located on Greenville Boulevard across from the Nissan dealership.
This is Tyler Sneed, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now, powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back at Langley Contracting. They are the superior roofing specialists. Whether it's a new roof or repairing your old one, they've got you covered. They handle all your insurance claims. They're locally owned right here in Eastern North Carolina, licensed, insured, and carry a 25-year roof warranty. Call or visit them online at 214roof.com for your free estimate today. Langley Contracting, your superior roofing specialist. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Friday. J-Bone giving me Survivor updates. I have not watched episode 1. I have not watched the finale of Traitors, so I need to do that this weekend as well. I just realized I don't like any of the people on the Traitors. I just like the game.
Yeah.
Like I don't have a rooting interest. I need a rooting interest to watch some of those shows. I don't really have one. I do root for Parker Byrd and ECU baseball.
Absolutely.
And Parker Byrd joined Ellerby earlier today for a chat, and here it is.
All right, welcome in a special guest here on Pirate Radio Live today. Got our buddy Parker Byrd from the Parker Byrd Show, and of course ECU baseball. Parker, how are you doing today?
Doing good, man. Thanks for having me in again.
Wanted to have you back on. Of course, you've been doing a great job with your podcast. Really have enjoyed the guests that you've had recently. Lots of good topics, lots of good discussion, a lot of good insight. I always learn something when I listen to your show. Are you having fun with it?
Oh, yeah. It's been a blast. I mean, the guests have been amazing, and there's a lot of good insight. A lot of people with a lot of wisdom and have gone through some cool experiences as well. So blessed to be able to do it, but also these amazing guests that come on. I'm glad they agreed to it.
Yeah, I liked when Aaron Kennedy kind of flipped the script on you, started asking you questions on your own show. That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
And Luke Williford was really good as well.
Yes, he was awesome as well. But yeah, Aaron, he did flip the script and asked me the question. I'm like, man, you came on my podcast, I asked you questions, but nah, Aaron was awesome, and he had a lot of great stuff to say. So
well, I say that so you don't start asking me questions.
Yes.
I'm here to pepper you for a few minutes. Wanted to first congratulate you. You just got a big award, FCA Athlete of the Year. Talk us through the process. When did you find out about it? And you were just recently in Orlando.
Yeah, so it was probably 2 months ago when I found out. A lady from FCA reached out and she congratulated me and told me about it, and then they told me about the event they had in Orlando, and it's called Real Time. So it's like their big convention at this huge convention center in Orlando, and there's so many ballrooms there. It was insane. But so me and Mom flew down last Thursday morning. We had the event Thursday night, flew back Friday morning at like 6 a.m. to get back for the Carolina game. Well, it wasn't much of a game, but for the Carolina series. That's right.
Next day.
But so we got back. But I mean, it was awesome. It was a great experience. You know, we talked in front of 2,500 people. I mean, the place was packed out, and a lot of cool things were happening in that room. So it was really cool to be a part of.
What does that award mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot. It means another opportunity to represent ECU. Also show people what God's doing through my life. But you know, it's also cool to get in front of a bunch of like-minded Christians and share what God's doing through my life, but also empower them and tell them how much it means to me what they're doing. Because, you know, David Shiver, David Wall, Sharon Shiver, all those people are the FCA leaders in Greenville, but these were leaders across the world. So it was cool to, you know, get to connect with those people afterwards as well, and, you know, hear a lot of stories of themselves and see what God's doing through their FCA huddles and places across the world. So it was cool.
What was the one thing you learned going to Orlando?
Yeah, I learned that how lucky we are, or I got reminded of how lucky we are to, you know, be able to have freedom of religion here in the United States, because there was world leaders from other areas of the world, and, you know, China and all those places over there, where India, you know, you get killed for just being a Christian, which is unbelievable. But so I just got reminded of how blessed we are to, you know, live in the United States and have the freedom of religion.
Was there anybody you met down there that was an inspiration or stood out and had a good conversation?
Yeah. So, you know, there was a lot of people. There was a lot of big time pastors. Life Church was there to sing, which was really cool because they have great music. But, you know, I got to hear testimonies of other people and hear what, you know, God's doing through their life, but also their life experiences, and then just got to connect with people afterwards, which was really cool because the world is so small. Like, people knew people that I knew, and it was like, hey, you don't know me, but I know this person. So it's cool to, you know, get to connect with those people and hopefully, you know, go and speak at their event sometime soon as well. So it's pretty cool.
Your story is so unique and so cool, and you've done such amazing things with it. That, I mean, you're inspiring people, but I feel like you're almost have crossed over that. I've heard you did a great job at the ECU baseball banquet, but I think, and I'm sure in front of this audience at the FCA, that like people are trying to aspire to be like you now, just with the way you've handled your situation, and then also letting God kind of work through you.
Yeah, it's definitely an awesome perspective now. You know, it's life changes, and, you know, you just get to do cool experiences. So, I mean, I'm very blessed to be where I am, and, you know, be in the position to help somebody else. And I think that's the biggest thing. And, you know, hear a lot of stories of their, themselves, and, you know, glad ECU's giving me that platform and you guys here at Pirate Radio, because I get to share my story on a daily basis and also go live out my dream of playing D1 baseball here at ECU. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll get to some baseball in a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, you have grown. So I mean, I've watched you from when you were just a guest
Yeah.
on Pirate Radio, telling your story after your accident first happened, to hosting your own show. I mean, and hearing you at the ECU baseball banquet. I mean, your growth and how you're speaking, and your interview with Inky Johnson last year. So I mean, there's a lot of things.
It's been definitely a journey, and it's been cool to learn that aspect of life, because public speaking was definitely not in my personal cards. I didn't think that's what I would be doing, but here I am, and life has a funny way of bringing you to things that you never thought you would do. So
that's what when Inky Johnson was here, and he always tells his story, is like, man, I was just a football player. I was scared to death to be a public speaker, and I think Parker Byrd was a baseball player at one point.
I wasn't going to be a public speaker at all. Yeah,
but is that? I mean, I know you mentioned on your podcast that this is your last season. Then you're going to go out to San Diego to work out to be in the Olympics out there and stuff. But is speaking, is that going to be your future?
I believe so. Yeah, I like doing it a lot, and I think that each opportunity is very unique in the sense of where you go, but also the people that you're in front of, and so I think it's really cool to go out there and meet people, and also, I mean, it's been good for me just to go out and share my story. So I think that it's definitely in my future, and San Diego's gonna be fun, but public speaking is also going to be around and hopefully traveling all over the world and country to do that as well.
You've been an athlete your whole life, so you've motivated yourself to get ready to play ball and do all this other stuff. What do you do to get motivated to speak? How do you prepare? And right before you're about to step in front of the microphone?
Yeah, it's actually like almost 180 of like an actual game. Like it's a lot more peaceful. Like I pray always before, but also like realizing that people were here to hear my story and just let God speak through me. But it's not like a big pump up thing like baseball is. You got to get pumped up and stuff. But it's more like very calm, and I got to take like a minute just to close my eyes and pray real quick and go out there and just speak.
Is that moment is what brings the calm over you?
Yes, definitely.
Then you're ready to go.
Yeah, definitely. It took me probably a year to realize to do that. So before you would get that. It's funny because you get the same feeling as you're about to go up to bat. You kind of get the butterfly feelings, a tad bit nervous, but also really excited. So I mean, it's very similar. It's crazy to say that, but it's very similar, and just the way to control your emotions. And we do a lot of breath work here at ECU, so I realize the power in that, but it also has translated into my real life too. So it's pretty cool to be able to be an athlete and do certain things there, but then go and speak and kind of do different stuff, but the same essentially.
Yeah, we've been blessed to have some great leadership speakers that have come through. We just talked about Inky Johnson, John Gordon came. We had Dale Murphy, Damon West. We got Jay Glazer coming up.
Let's go
in March, so we're excited about that. But do you have your sets or routines or stories that you go through now that you've built up your speaking?
Yes, definitely. It really depends on the audience and who I'm speaking to. I do a lot of Christian stuff, but then also I do a lot of inspirational stuff now too, and I'm realizing that at this point a lot of people know my story, so don't really just go and just share my story and that's it. It's really more hinting at the story and saying other stuff. So it's definitely kind of changed from whenever I first started, and because at that point in time everybody wanted to hear my actual story, so I'll just go and say that and say a couple of biblical things, but now it's more like kind of just relating my story in the sense of other things.
Are there any motivational speakers or people that you tap into that you try to model?
Inky Johnson, honestly, is my guy, and I really like hearing his stuff. I mean, it's really cool that I got to meet him here, but also even before that, I mean, I listened to him in high school, so it was really cool to be able to meet him. But I've always, I always get reminded of the story where you remember he was in the front row taking notes whenever he was at some convention and whatnot, and people were like, Inky, why are you taking notes, man? You're a great speaker. He's like, well, I can always learn. So I really like that mindset because we are all human and we're all growing in every sense of life, and none of us are perfect at any aspect. So it's really cool, that story, but I try to relate it into my life a lot.
Yeah, his stuff is powerful, and you're getting there.
One day, day by day,
you're going to be there.
That's right.
You mentioned on one of your last podcasts, I think it was one with Aaron Kennedy, that
God had kind of, shown you the way that, hey, to go to San Diego and stuff like that. And there's a lot of people that hear that may be spiritual or not spiritual. And what was that process like of like when people say, in your case, for instance, that God kind of said, hey, look, it's your time to kind of transition from baseball and go do this thing in San Diego. What was that like?
Yeah, I mean, it's, I was praying for like the what's next because, as an athlete, it's, that next step is always hard. And so, I was just praying, like, just open doors. And, Paralympics has always been on my mind. And it was really cool to, get into it and learn all the sports and stuff. Because obviously baseball is not in the Olympic sports. So it was like things started happening over and over. So I got invited to a camp to go just explore the sports that are out there in the track and field world. So then I realized that, discus was for me and that, that kind of fits me the best. And then I got in touch with David T. Price here in Greenville, and he was willing to work with me. And so, like, doors just started opening. And then one of the camps I had went to, there was a tour for San Diego State Adaptive Track and Field Team, but everybody from the camp wasn't going to go. So one of the coaches, was only inviting like 2 or 3 people. So she invited me, and I was like, man, this is really cool out here. Like, I think this is definitely an opportunity. And then, I just started praying about it and really just thinking about what's next in life. And I realized that, if I want to get to the Paralympics, if I want to reach that goal, then I need to be training every single day. I need to have, elite coaching every single day. I have Coach Price 3 days a week, which he's awesome. But, he's also a teacher. He's also a father. So, he's not able to be with me every single day. So, going out there, actually being on a team and competing would also be another thing. And so it's just really cool that opened up. And then I was like trying to get my girlfriend to go. And then all of a sudden she's going too. So I'm like, let's go. Like, everything just, doors opened up, and I just felt like God was calling me to it.
How are you able to manage all this right now with training for that, baseball, everything that's going on in Parker Byrd's life? How are you managing it all?
Yeah, a lot of time management. I've really, started using my calendar a lot because, double booking used to be a big issue for me. But understanding that, saying no sometimes to certain opportunities or just saying not right now, and sometime down the road. But I train after baseball on Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays, and we adjust to because of being gone some Thursdays and as well as Tuesdays. So it's definitely a busy life, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I love being busy, and I love doing things. So I think it's awesome.
Let's talk a little ECU baseball right now. The season's underway. Got the LeClaire Classic coming up this weekend. It's every weekend, a big weekend. Right. Everybody's excited to have the Pirates back at home. What's your role right now with the team and during the games and practice and everything?
Yeah, just continue to inspire the guys and be a leader. Anything we really harp on that everybody can be a leader on the team, and I think that, that's ultimately my goal is to keep showing the guys. And I'm the only guy here at ECU now that's been here for 4 years, which is crazy. I mean, it's insane. Me and Dixon were the only 2 left last year, and Jake Hunter and Riley and all those guys. But it's crazy that I have the knowledge at this point to show these younger guys. Even though I only have 5 career plate appearances, I've been around the game long enough to show these younger guys, like, hey, it doesn't come instantly. Like, I've seen people here go from looking like they were going to get cut their first year to being a star their sophomore year, or even quicker than that. I mean, it's just crazy how, baseball works. But, just pouring into the younger guys and, kind of showing them the ways of college baseball and telling them, we harp on the season's a marathon, not a sprint, and that we want to play the best ball at the end. And obviously we didn't play the best in the beginning, but, each game we're getting better, and you can tell that, we're starting to become a team, and it's been pretty cool.
Do you find yourself gravitating to your teammates and talking to them, encouraging them, or do you see more people coming to you looking for advice with your elder statesman 4 years in the program?
My old age, kind of both, honestly. I mean, whenever I see somebody that, looks like they need encouragement, or a younger guy that is going through a situation that, they didn't think was on their plate or whatever, and I always go and reach out. But also, there's a lot of people that come up to me that haven't been in a program for a while and just ask like, hey, what do we do and this and that? And so it's crazy to be in the position that I am because time flies, man. It feels like yesterday whenever I was just arriving at campus for summer school, but now I'm in my last season here as a senior, and it's crazy.
It goes by really, really
yeah.
fast.
And I remember like seniors my freshman year telling me this, and I'm like, nah, man, it's 4 years. There's no way it can go by that quick. And sure enough, it did.
Now
so,
look at you,
I know.
the fourth year
Insane,
guy. Look at
insane.
you, look at you. ECU baseball. I mean, we've seen some good, seen a lot of potential, seen some stuff that needs some improvement.
Sure.
You said it's a marathon. What are some things you like seeing that your teammates are doing? And then I know you're probably still waiting to chomp at the bit to get that next at bat.
Yeah, for sure. But I think our offense is finally starting to get rolling. The pitching has been there all year basically. But offense, we're finally starting to swing the bat well. We're finally starting to play as a team, as in. The offense is starting to hit for each other rather than themselves and actually sticking to that approach. So, I mean, it's been cool that, you kind of have to learn in college baseball sometimes, when you put a whole new group out there that, it doesn't always just click like that. And here at ECU, we've been so blessed to have all these teams that are so great that, it's kind of the expectation, which is absolutely awesome. I wouldn't want any other way, but sometimes it takes a minute, especially with a bunch of new faces and new groups. People are learning, and we're swinging it better and hope to get better each and every game. And also knowing that we're going to get punched in the face at some point. Really every game. Like the other day, I thought it was awesome that they came and tied the game 7-7, and because honestly, we thought when we're up 7-2, that's kind of a big lead in baseball. So you're like, oh, we kind of got this when you can kind of feel we were kind of just rolling through it a little bit, just naturally. Fayetteville doesn't always have the loudest environment just from where it is, and so it was kind of cool that we got punched in the mouth, but then we responded. So like things like that, it's really fun to watch and see our team grow in that sense. Because there was a couple incidents last year where we were just folded, where we were just like I don't know, we were just kind of giving up. But this year, this team has a new spirit to it where we're always come back.
Well, we look forward to continuing following that spirit. And then, of course, I mean, as you said, you did a great speech at the baseball banquet talking about your 5 at-bats.
Yeah.
I think the parallel you had with the David and Goliath and everything was great. But I'm sure you'd love number 6.
Yeah,
next, right?
I definitely hope there's a couple more stones in there. But, only God's willing, man. I'm here to do whatever the team needs me to do. And I just want to win, whatever capacity that means. 0 at-bats, 12 at-bats, 40 at-bats, it doesn't matter to me. I'm here to be a leader, and I'm here to serve my team. So
yeah, Parker Byrd with jokes at the baseball banquet too, advertising yourself as a pinch runner. I thought you even busted some chops on Coach Godwin for a little bit. So
100%. Yeah, that's like the one free pass you can joke about Coach Godwin. So
you're not doing any of that right now.
No, heck no, that's my man. But I've seen other seniors and other guys up there, and that's how they kind of introduce their speeches to make the crowd laugh and. Kind of joke on Coach Godwin a little bit, but making sure it wasn't anything too personal. He knows that he doesn't have much hair, and Sam Nairn, he had a lot of hair. I mean, I was just watching the video. I was actually thinking about myself. It wasn't even Coach Godwin. I was like, man, I hope to have that hair when I'm that age. And then Coach Godwin has a shiny head, and I saw it, and I made the joke. But yeah, the pinch runner one was cool because obviously, everybody knows I'm third baseman, DH at this point, but. But I was just like, man, let's do something new. And I always crack at AK. I'm like, and hopefully a pitcher. I always say that every single year. And so this year I was like, nah, I ain't going to do it. I'm just going to say pinch runner.
Yes.
And so it was just a cool time to make the crowd laugh.
Good stuff. Parker Bird's a very busy dude. We're going to let you get out of here, but you got some more podcasts coming up.
Yeah.
The Parker Bird Show right here on Pirate Radio. You've had some great episodes. They're on our YouTube channel, Pirate Radio TV. What guests do you have coming up?
Yeah, Shamar Jordan is his name, is going to be the next one. So me and him are looking for scheduling, hopefully sometimes next week. And we'll see. He has an amazing story. I mean, you guys definitely have to tune in because it's going to be a good one. And he works at Fitness Connection, and I was, or Rebel Fitness, sorry, and I was on their podcast a couple weeks ago. So it's cool to, make those connections, be on other people's podcasts that, Brendan Geyer, same way, my last episode. So I was on his podcast, and now he's on mine. So it's cool to make those connections. So make sure you guys are looking out for it, and it's going to be a good one.
Parker Byrd Show right here on Pirate Radio. Parker Byrd, a lot of places. So keep an eye on them. Got ECU baseball field this weekend. And,
That's right.
You mentioned when we were coming in, you're going to play some summer ball.
That's right. Yeah, I'll be back in Edenton, and I'll be playing summer there, and I'll be moving out to San Diego at some point in August probably, and so we'll see. I hope to play the whole season, but whatever happens. So.
Well, Parker, thank you for coming by and spending some time with us, and we'll keep in touch and have you back down here in the studio soon.
Always. Thanks, Jonathan.
All right, welcome, man.
All right, there is Parker Byrd and Jonathan Ellerby earlier today, and if you're just coming in right now, missed the interview, that and a lot of our interviews available Pirate Radio TV on YouTube, including Jonathan's chat with the mayor, PJ Connolly, who was the starting pitcher for the first ever game in the Keith LeClaire Classic. We'll take a break, come back, wrap up hour number 2, still to come. Morgan Ahlers and also Wade Minter from the Canes. Got that and more on the way. Pirate Radio Live on a Friday. Back with you after this.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers does real burgers better than anybody. And don't forget about the cheese sticks, fresh salads, and more. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, burgers and sports at its best.
Go Pirates! Arrgh!
Attention Pirates and runners, be sure to join the fun Saturday, March 28th for the Pirate 10-miler, 4-miler, or Double Down Challenge. The road race starts and finishes at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium and runs through the best of Greenville. Get in on all the action and reserve your spot at the starting line today. Sign up now at pirate10miler.com. Use the code Pirate Radio to save 15% off your race registration. That's pirate10miler.com, special code Pirate Radio. See you there, March 28th.
CopyPro, the professional office systems people, have been serving Eastern North Carolina since 1971. From Greenville to Wilmington, businesses trust CopyPro for reliable technology, award-winning service, and top brands like Konica Minolta and Ricoh. Need multi-function printers, document management, or network solutions? CopyPro delivers powerful tools backed by certified technicians and a team dedicated to your success. CopyPro, professional people, professional systems, powerful results. Visit copypro.net or call 756-3175 today.
This is proud ECU alumni David Price of David Price Construction. As a leading general contracting firm, we specialize in commercial construction and renovation. Whether it's updating your office space, renovating your restaurant, or building a new retail store, our team at David Price Construction is ready to assist. We are committed to delivering quality, value, and customer satisfaction across all of our projects. So give us a call at 919-820-3612 or find us online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Go Pirates.
We all have seniors in our life who may need a little extra help with technology. University PC Care's Quick Helps are affordable, in-store, short appointments designed for seniors who may need a little TLC to help with setting up a new computer, help with email or passwords, or help with the latest online scam. They don't need to fear technology anymore. Call 252-558-1280 to schedule an in-store Quick Helps appointment for Greenville or New Bern. Learn more at universitypccare.com.
Dude, that home run just busted your windshield.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
You're not worried about it?
Yeah, I've got Brandon Manning and Farm Bureau Insurance.
Hey, Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates.
Are you tired of dealing with IT headaches? Does this sound familiar? Slow computers, constant crashes, long wait times for IT support, and worries about cybersecurity. If you're nodding your head, it's time to call cybersharks.net. We handle IT so you can focus on growing your business. Fast, reliable, and always there when you need us. Call 321-7800 today and get IT support that actually works. Cybersharks.net. We keep your business swimming.
Ready to play, Greenville? The Repair Shop Game Room at Fish Street Hardware is bringing the fun for all ages. Pool tables, skee ball, big screens, and ice cold drafts all in one spot. Keep the week going with Singo Tuesdays at 7, Trivia Wednesdays at 7, Outlaw Open Mic on Thursdays 7 to 9, and live music every Friday and Saturday 8 to 11. Plus, Yappy Hours Thursday through Saturday 4 to 7, 25% off appetizers, and Sundays, kids 12 and under eat free with the purchase of an adult entree. Fish Street Hardware, eat, drink, play.
This is Coach Gary Overton, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now. Powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Michaels and Gateway Family and Cosmetic Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. And their mission is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Visit them at 2330 Hemby Lane in Greenville or give them a call at 752-1600. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's your host, Clip Barak.
All right, J-Bone and Zach about to head out to Clark LeClaire Stadium.
Yes, sir.
Pirates on a 3-game non-losing streak. A tie messes up everything. I don't even know how to say it. But Pirates looking to win today. They haven't been good at home on the weekends. 1-3?
Yeah.
Weekend home games. They have won a couple of midweek home games.
Hopefully that little bug that's been going around has cleared out. We interviewed Matt Lashley first, and I went to go unclip his mic, and he went in for a handshake, so I shook his hand. And then the first thing Cliff Godwin said was, Brett Antolik might have the flu. We're dealing with the flu in here. And I'm like,
yeah.
Well, damn, I just shook that guy's hand. So hopefully I didn't get anything. But
I want to shake his hand.
Hopefully everybody's doing well.
Are you just trying to clip my mic? I want to shake your hand.
I want to shake his hand.
Cool name drop, J-Bone.
Matt Lashley.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley. All the Lashleys here.
My quarterback and NCAA online dynasty, Brenton Lashley.
Wow.
Shout out Fresno State. Let's do some on this day. We got 1 minute.
I got one.
What do you got?
On this day, 36 years ago, one of the greatest country albums, one of the greatest debut albums of all time, Here in the Real World by Alan Jackson came out.
All right, and we celebrate it. Nick, on this day in 2007, his number 11 jersey was retired by the Oilers. I remember him lifting a cup for the Rangers in the 90s.
Oh, Mark Messier?
That is correct. Well done. On this day, Shirley, geography. In 1994, the Winter Olympic Games closed in Lillehammer, which is located in what country?
Oh.
I don't think it's that one.
No, it's not that one. Oh, Lillehammer.
Lillehammer. Very cool name.
Belgium.
Do you know, Nick? Zach, you got to know.
Norway.
Norway is correct.
Norway would make sense.
Shirley, do you know Olympians from yesteryear? On this day in 1988, she won the 500-meter speed skating in a record 39.1 seconds. But I do know, I recognize her name. Her initials are BB.
Oh, is it Bonnie Blair?
You are correct.
Okay. I couldn't remember if the Blair was the last name. I knew the first name was Bonnie.
On this day, what are we laughing at?
I'm laughing at these fools.
On this day in 1987, this American set the world indoor triple jump record in New York. His son is does he still play? Yeah. Old point guard, lefty in the NBA. His dad set a world record for the triple jump.
Was it Johnson? His last name Johnson?
No, his son went to Ohio State.
Oh, God.
I went to this high school.
Mike Conley.
That is correct. Correct. All right. And Jared, your team signed Dick Allen on this day in 1973. Let's take a break. That is On This Day, presented by Ron Ayers Motorsports, like every day this month. And on this day is Richard Petty does something.
Yeah. The king.
the King. Ron Ayers Motorsports has been Greenville's go-to place for top-tier motorcycles, ATVs, side-by-sides, power equipment, and more since 1975. Stop by their 30,000 square foot store featuring Honda, Suzuki, Kawasaki, and much more, all backed by Ron Ayers' 50-plus years of trusted service. Go see Jimmy Stallings and his team today. Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11 north of the airport in Greenville. Morgan Ahlers, Wade Minter, and more coming up hour 3. Back with you after this. Later, J-Bone.
It's Budweiser's 150th anniversary, and we're celebrating with a Heritage Can Series that honors our legacy of being made of America. Collect all 4 designs. For 150 years, this Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2026. Anheuser-Busch. Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Carolina Eagle Distributing is celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. For 150 years, Budweiser has been the heart of America beer culture, bringing people together across generations. Cheers to 150 years. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989.
Homeowners can face many challenges throughout this season, but our newest New Blue star, Dixon Williams, is here to slide in and save the day. Have a clog that's hitting a foul ball and nothing seems to be getting through? Dixon's fixing to get you flowing again. Feeling like your HVAC's in a slump? Dixon's sliding in to get your comfort back on track. Are swinging blind in a power outage? Dixon's delivering a power boost. So when problems arise, turn home strikeouts into home runs with New Blue, electric, plumbing, and air.
At Children's Health Services, we understand the importance of your child's well-being. This is Dr. Chris Osmick, and our mission is to provide comprehensive, patient-centered health care through every stage of child development, starting the day they are born in the hospital. We are not just here to treat illnesses. We are here to partner with you on your child's health journey. Schedule your appointment today to build a brighter, healthier world for your children.
Hey everybody, this is Parker Byrd. Visit our friends at Children's Health Services on Arlington Boulevard on 10th Street and at childrenshealthservices.org. Go Pirates!
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
Are you tired of dealing with IT headaches? Does this sound familiar? Slow computers, constant crashes, long wait times for IT support, and worries about cybersecurity. If you're nodding your head, it's time to call cybersharks.net. We handle IT so you can focus on growing your business. Fast, reliable, and always there when you need us. Call 321-7800 today and get IT support that actually works. Cybersharks.net. We keep your business swimming.
Miss Shirley, play my dad's commercial now.
Okay, Lincoln, you got it.
Looking for the best ride on 4 wheels? I'm Brian Harris with 360 Golf Carts in Greenville. From parts to sales to service, we've got you covered with E-Z-Go, Club Car, and rugged utility carts ready to roll. Locally owned and operated, we'll even deliver right to you. Come see me on Highway 43, just past D.H. Conley High School, or visit 360golfcarts.com.
360 Golf Carts, pirates supporting pirates. Arr!
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
It's Bostic Sugg Furniture's Lazy Boy Market Sample Sell-Off. We bought out an entire showroom of 100 one-of-a-kind pieces of Lazy Boy furniture. Now we're selling it all at drastically reduced prices. Floor samples slashed an additional 50 to 70% off. This is a one-time opportunity to shop extreme sell-off prices on brand new Lazy Boy styles, recliners, power recliners, sectionals, and leather furniture, designer chairs, cocktail ottomans, and much more. Hurry! You will never, ever find Lazy Boy furniture at such low, low prices again at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Eagle Distributing, celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Don't leave safety to chance with national companies or do-it-yourself systems. SCI Technologies has recently merged with High-Tech Communications to become North Carolina's premier security, audio, and fire alarm provider. They have the most cost-effective solutions for your home or business's security and life safety needs. Call SCI Technologies today at 321-7006. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Friday. Chuck in the YouTube chat says, any opinions on Schwartz coming back next year? We shared opinions part 1 of our YouTube stream, Chuck, if you want to go back and see that. But we will get the opinion of Morgan Ahlers, who joins us on the Turner Home Team live line to kick off hour number 3. Morgan, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing on this beautiful Friday night?
All right. Morgan's fired up. You're doing better than me, but getting me fired up. The gray and the cold's got me down a little bit, Morgan, but Jared Watkins ran over some great stuff going on in the sports world this weekend, and a lot of ECU athletics going on this weekend, so a lot to follow, a lot to do, a lot to see. And Morgan, one of those things is Pirate basketball as ECU takes on Memphis. Before we get to the big news in that game, how about the other night? How about a way not to close out the game if you're UTSA? Pirates are down 3. They foul, which is smart. UTSA fouls ECU. Calker hits the first, misses the second on purpose. Pirates get it, and Demetrius Gardner is fouled shooting a 3. Ice in the veins hits all 3, and the Pirates escape with a win. And things tend to balance out. ECU should have beat Wichita State at home last Wednesday. They lose that one. They should have lost this week, but they win that one. But how about that? That way to win a basketball game.
Yeah, they say karma. And that's, like you said, we should have beat Wichita State, and then we come back and probably should have lost to UTSA, and they came back, and wow, what an ending, and I'm happy for them. Those guys need a little bit of positive energy, and, Memphis is not having the typical year that Memphis usually has, and this could be one the Pirates can sneak out on Saturday, and hopefully they will.
Boy, they are. It's rough. I've been asking the question, whose seat is hotter, Mike Schwartz or Penny Hardaway? And I guess we got an answer to that. Stephen Igo put out a email to Pirate fans earlier today from John Gilbert stating that Mike Schwartz would be back next season. What is your thoughts on that?
Well, I think he, like as you mentioned, he was, definitely on the hot seat, I think. And for John Gilbert and the powers that be to make the decision, hey, we're going to bring him back next year, but do it before the end of the season, not having to wait. It's a big recruiting time coming up. And, I think that says a lot for Coach Schwartz and his staff. Says a lot for the administration believing in him and what he's got going on here. And hopefully this is just a one-year blip. Next year recruiting is definitely going to have to be a big factor in it. They're going to have to go out and get some guys that they know can fill it up, can shoot it, and hopefully turn things around a little bit. But congratulations to Coach Schwartz. And now if you ask who's the hot seat, it would be the opposite coach on Sunday, Penny Hardaway.
Yeah, Penny, they are really bad, and it's kind of a shocker. With Schwartz, it's all going to come down to what you get out of the portal. Zach did point out that they have a 4-star recruit coming in, Creasy, I believe his name is, and but it's going to come down to, can you find a shooter? Can you find? Yeah, I mean, you're replacing some really good players, your best players. Not just Gio and Jordan Riley, but also Gardner, who's come in, Morgan, and become the second or third best player on the team. So it's all about what you can get out of that portal. And I know the guys are trying and all that, but the portal was a miss this year for the most part. And they got to find somebody that can shoot the basketball. So I think Mike Schwartz can coach. I think he's a pretty good coach. Can he evaluate talent? Can he bring in the right guys? And it's not like we're picking from the top of the pecking order. I understand that. But, hey, find a diamond in the rough. Find somebody that can hit outside shots, because ECU does a lot of things on this team, but that is the glaring absence, of course, Morgan. You've seen it up close and personal for a lot of these games this year, shooting from the outside.
Yeah, Jordan Riley, I think if you would categorize him either as a scorer or as a shooter, I think Jordan would have to go into that scorer category, because he can, score off the dribble drive, does the spin move, and hits a little mid-range jumper. I don't think he's dynamic from the outside from a three, but he can hit that occasionally. The Pirates definitely have to go out there and get it. And then, with Coach Schwartz coming back, you also have to look at who on this current roster will still be here next year, and take away the seniors that, going to have big senior day ceremonies, I think, tomorrow. And, take away that senior class, but you got guys on the bench and maybe some guys that are injured. They have to, make a decision. Are they coming back, or are they going to try it somewhere else? And that's going to be, they have to recruit the Pirates just as hard as anything else.
I'm not counting on Jay Shane or LeBeau, and I would love if they come back, and I guess, they might be saying they're coming back, which is great. But again, I'm not counting on that. If they do, that's a bonus. I would love a healthy Jay Shane. He's my favorite player on the team. I would love if he's here next year. But, Morgan, it's just hard to count on these days. We just don't know if those guys are coming back. So we shall see.
And we've talked about it till you make your stomach sick and nauseated, and all that kind of stuff. That it's just a different world now. And Clip, you grew up a Pirate fan, but when I was growing up, it was either like Duke, Carolina, or NC State, and that's because that's who you saw on TV every Saturday afternoon.
Well, it was like that for me, Morgan. I grew up a Carolina fan because my dad was, because ECU was not. The TV part wasn't there. I went to some games, but then I got rid of my Carolina fandom when I went to East Carolina University. So I totally get your point.
Boy, I grew up a Carolina fan.
Yeah.
But you got up until about 10 years ago, you saw kids come in as a freshman. You got to know them. You got to see them.
Yeah.
And it was even here with East Carolina. When I would do the pregame radio show years ago, prior to the network coming on, and I got to know these guys, the Tony Parhams and the Tim Bash, Skip Schaefbauers, and Garrett Blackfelder. I knew Garrett when he was a freshman. He really wasn't playing much, and got to know these guys and watch them grow, watch them develop into really good basketball players and people. But now it's tough to see that, because you really don't see that. You don't see an R.J. Felton come in here and play 4 or 5 years. You don't see those kind of guys. I wish we would, because that means so much more for the fan base, and people care about those kids. And I just, we've talked about it. I think those days are over for the most part. You might have an anomaly every now and then, but every year is a different year.
Yeah, everything's cyclical. We'll get back. We might be dead and gone, Morgan, but we'll get back to a time where guys stay off 4 years in college. That'll be the cool thing again to do in like 40 or 50 years or something. Speaking of guys that stuck around, yesterday on the show, pretty good guest list, Morgan. Rajay Harris, Noah Henderson, Tyler Snead. Snead, of course, could have played another year, but decided to go pro. And hey, it paid off for him last year. He was an all-star in the CFL. But I even asked Big Noah what it was like to be up there without Holton Ahlers, because he's been either played with Holton or been around Holton for the last 8 year. A long time, Morgan.
Long time. Noah's one of those really good people.
Yeah.
Of course, Rajay and Tyler's the same way. Good people, good families. You get to know them, and that's just like we just talked about. You get to know these guys as people because you're around them more than just 6 months and they're gone. And Noah's just such a good dude. And, he was at Holton's wedding, and
he said, Morgan, that he said this is a big year for him. He's still got that dream of making it to the league. He said he's tried to figure some things out with his body and his workout, just with everything. And it seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders as far as football. I know he does for life, but he still thinks he's got a shot to make it, Morgan.
Well, he does, and Noah fought a really bad back his last year or so here at East Carolina, and there were times that he wouldn't even hardly practice during the week so he could get out there on the weekends and play. And I think he's really, been focusing on that, keeping that back healthy. And, he's a big guy, and when he gets in front of somebody and locks somebody up, he's a big, strong dude. And, I wish him the best. I think he's in Birmingham. Is that right?
Yeah, he's with the Stallions. Yep.
Yeah, he's in Birmingham this year. Of course, the UFL, everybody's in Texas, and then they go to play the games on the weekend. But I hope all the guys do. I really do. It's it's going to be interesting. This is the first year in a long time I haven't had somebody playing ball somewhere, and we watching the guys pulling for them and pulling for the Pirates, regardless of where they play, whether it's UFL, NFL, or Canadian Football League.
Morgan Ahlers joining us on the Turner Home Team Live Line. Got the Pirates and Memphis Tigers in men's basketball, ECU women's basketball in action. 2-game losing streak here, still holding on to second place, but they need to find a win. And then the Keith LeClaire Classic going on, Morgan, and Pirates coming off a midweek win over College of Charleston and a win and a tie over North Carolina after getting embarrassed last Friday. So a strong bounce back, and we'll see what the Pirates do this weekend.
Yeah, it's a big weekend. They have pushed the games back today, and they have 2 tomorrow, 2 Sunday. Looks like it's going to be 2 really nice days for baseball. I've actually got to pull a Clip Brock and do 2 baseball games tomorrow, which be the first games I've done in a while. So that'll be interesting. I'm glad the weather's going to be nice, and hopefully we won't have any weather delays in that one. It's a big weekend for East Carolina. I mean, it really is. They need to get the bats going. I thought they did, the first game Friday last week against Carolina. Obviously, nothing went right, but you got to give a lot of credit to the Carolina pitcher in that game, because he really was dynamic in that game Friday. And then the Pirates bounced back Saturday with the big win, and it was a really good game Sunday until it got rained out. So hopefully the Pirates continue that and not give up easy runs to teams, meaning walking a couple, an error, and then you hit a grand slam, and all of a sudden, midweek, you go from a 5-run lead to a tie ball game at 7-7. Pirates were lucky to walk away with that with the win, but hopefully they'll have a big weekend this weekend in the Keith LeClaire Classic. Always a special time here in Greenville.
And shout out to Shane Winkler and the softball Pirates. Shane joined us earlier this week on the show after knocking off ranked Duke, and they'll be in town. Battle of the Max going on this weekend. So Pirates softball picking up anytime you can beat Duke or one of these ranked in-state teams, Morgan, you'll absolutely take that.
Yes, sir. Anytime you can do that, you gotta love it.
All right, Morgan, what you doing this weekend?
Actually playing out at Brook Valley tonight. I have a daddy-daughter dance out here tonight, which I'm sitting in the parking lot of a restaurant right now to grab some dinner before I start playing at 6, and then 2 baseball games Saturday, 1 Sunday, so basketball game Sunday.
Busy man. All right, Morg, we'll check in with you next week, man.
All right, you guys have a great weekend.
DJ Captain Morgan Ahlers joining us on the Turner Home Team Live Line. When we return, we'll talk some Canes with Wade Minter, PA announcer at the Lenovo Center. We'll get his thoughts on the wild one last night, a little Saturday preview, and talk some Olympics as well. More to go. Pirate Radio Live after this.
At Langley Contracting, we're superior roofing specialists. Whether it's a new roof or repairing your old one, we've got you covered. And best of all, we handle your insurance claims. We are locally owned right here in Eastern Carolina. We are licensed and insured and have a 25-year roof warranty. We can handle your gutter installation too, so everything is seamless. Call or visit us online at 214roof.com for your free estimate today.
Langley Contracting, your superior roofing specialist.
If you're looking for a delicious home-cooked country breakfast or lunch, look no further than CD's Grill. CD's Grill in Winterville has the best country cooking around. Start your day with CD's mouth-watering homemade cheese biscuits, eggs cooked to order, and pancakes so big and fluffy there's no way you leave hungry. Open Monday through Friday from 5:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. and Saturday from 5:30 to 11 a.m. CD's has lunch specials and an all-you-can-eat salad bar. Stop by, say hey to owner Jason Brown and the CD's crew. CD's Grill, 111 West Fire Tower Road in Winterville. CD's Grill, the best country cooking around.
Pirate Nation, your dream home starts with Unshakable Builders. Now building in Sutherland Estates in Greenville and Dolostone Court in Wilson with homes available now. And stay tuned, Cross Creek Townhomes in Greenville and Whitaker Glen and Farmville are coming soon. Browse available homes, explore floor plans, and see past projects today at unshakablebuilders.com. Have questions? Use live chat, fill out the contact form, or call the office at 814-9105. Unshakable Builders, build on a solid foundation.
Looking for your new favorite hangout spot? Come on down to the Doghouse Tavern, Aiden's veteran-owned crown jewel on 2nd Street. From open mic Mondays to music bingo Thursdays, there's always something happening. Enjoy daily drink specials, one of the best bar menus around, and live music that'll keep you coming back for more. Grab your friends, kick back, and support local at the Doghouse Tavern. Check us out on Facebook to see what's on tap this week. The Doghouse Tavern, where good times and great vibes live.
This is Caleb Reynolds, lead minister at Eastern Pines Church, and I'd love to invite you to join us this Sunday at 9 and 10:30 at 3380 Portertown Road in Greenville. At Eastern Pines Church, you'll find real people, uplifting worship, and a place where your family can grow in your faith. Come see what God is doing right here in Greenville. We'd love to welcome you home at Eastern Pines Church. Visit easternpineschurch.com for more information.
Church services brought to you by S&K Trapping, East Coast Grading, Gregory Pool, Driven Details, East Coast Access, Cardinal Lock and Key, and rentafishtank.com.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Bond. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Big news from the Rick House. The Rick House has a brand new menu that you're absolutely going to love. New on the menu are creamy garlic parm chicken pasta, crab cakes, and our new porterhouse, half filet, half strip, tender and juicy, and grilled to perfection. The Rick House is the area's bourbon authority, featuring Willet, Jefferson Tropics, and the Frank Sinatra Select by Jack Daniels. The new menu features new, lower prices. The Rick House, Red Banks Road in Greenville.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Coach Cliff Godwin. The physicians at Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center have been caring for our athletes at ECU for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for our sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care, physical therapy, and diagnostic testing. For experienced and professional services, call the team at Orthopedics East at 252-757-2663 or visit them online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
Hi, this is Brian Meador from East Carolina Athletics. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Eagle Distributing, celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. and is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. Tiebreakers with 2 locations in Greenville at Bells Fork and on Greenville Boulevard and on Railroad Street in Winterville. And get a jump on Mustache March by stopping by UBE or pirateware.com this weekend and purchase a special Strikeout ALS t-shirt. Proceeds from the new t-shirts will be donated to the ECU Baseball Mustache March Fund to fight ALS. The last 4 years, Pirate Nation has helped raise over $8,000 with this promotion, and our goal this year is to get over the $10,000 mark. Get to UBE or pirateware.com right now and get your new t-shirt while supplies last. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Canes with a win last night and a wild one over the Lightning. They've got Detroit coming up Saturday. We'll talk about that and more with Wade Minter. Talked to Wade a few hours ago. Here is my chat with the PA announcer for the Carolina Hurricanes. Joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, PA announcer for the Carolina Hurricanes at the Lenovo Center. He is Wade Minter. Wade, good to catch up with you, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's good to be back.
Yeah, I'd like asking folks what they did during their Olympic, timeout from hockey. And boy, you got a pretty interesting story, I guess, right?
I did, yeah, because working for the Canes, I don't really get to have long breaks during the season. I took advantage of the 3 weeks off here for the Olympics, and my wife and I went to Australia and New Zealand for 3 weeks.
Wow, very cool, very cool.
Yes, it was
What
summer there, so it was nice.
we enjoyed watching the hockey here during our workday during the afternoon live. What time was hockey on live in Australia?
The gold medal game came on at midnight my time and went till about 2 or 3 in the morning. Some of the games were going on kind of in the evening for us. It was like a 16-hour difference in New Zealand and 14
Yeah.
hours in Australia.
Awesome. Well, boy, you saw some awesome hockey, and how about that, Wade, for the Americans to win in dramatic fashion, both in men's and women's. I watched the women's game live here and was like, wow, that's a storybook ending. No way you can top that. And then drama in the men's game as well, and USA wins them both.
Yeah, that's amazing for Team USA to get both of the golds, both in very similar fashions, both in overtime, both against the Canadians. So you beat your top rivals, and for the U.S. men's winning it for the first time in 46 years since '80. That's even sweeter. So I think it was a great tournament. It was very exciting, and it's pretty cool to see the double gold.
And now back to Canes hockey. And I said earlier this week, Wade, that at the end of the day, sports is entertainment. The other night, East Carolina's up 7-3. They give up a grand slam, make it 7-7, and then win 8-7. So hey, blowouts are boring. We got to see
That's right.
a fun finish. Last night, Canes go up 3-0, and then boom, it's 3-3, 4-3, 4-4. Canes win it 5-4. So the folks in Raleigh got an entertaining game and a Canes win. But man, that was a wild one last night against Tampa Bay.
It really was. Tampa is on a heater. They had won 11 straight games, I think. And for the Canes to jump out on them 3 goals in the first 6 minutes, I believe, the place was hopping. The Canes in 3-goal leads have not been best friends this season, unfortunately. And you knew Tampa was going to push back, and they did. There's just too much talent on that team. So coming back tied up, you're starting to be, here we go again. And for the Canes to get that power play goal in regulation, not have to go to overtime, that was, I think, the icing on the cake. Plus, credit to Tampa in the last 2 minutes with the empty net. Their defenseman must have blocked 7 shots on the empty net. It was just bang, 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 right into people. Talk about sacrificing the body. They were doing that. But yeah, the fans went home happy, and the Canes point streak is now at 11 games.
Wow. We'll see if the Canes and Lightning are on a collision course to the Eastern Conference Final. Of course, the best 2 teams don't always make it, Wade. And I follow the Canes during the regular season. I don't watch much other hockey. So when I talked to Mike Maniscalco earlier this week and went through the standings, my first thing I noticed was, hey, we don't have to worry about the big bad Florida Panthers this year. And he said, well, hang on. They still got a shot, but it's they're kind of a shell of what they were, I guess, dealing with injuries and things like that. So as you look at the East, Wade, what stands out to you other than the Canes now being on top?
Well, the Panthers being in the position they are after 2 consecutive Stanley Cups, I think, is a surprise to everybody. Yes, they've dealt with a fair number of injuries, but so have the Canes. The Canes have only in the last couple weeks started icing what looks like kind of the lineup they expected to have going into the season. So, you can't count the Panthers out until the playoff spots are locked, but I think it's surprising to see where they are. The Rangers, who've been dangerous the past few years, being abjectly terrible, I think is kind of surprising, but I think most Canes fans would enjoy that. Toronto's been very hit or miss. They've kind of been on the cusp for a while. Tampa having a really good bounce back season, everyone clicking. They got a ton of guys who can score a lot of goals. But, if you look just by the numbers, I think you're looking at the Canes out of the Metro and Tampa out of the Atlantic. But as you said, anything can happen.
Wade, the Canes have shown to be pretty aggressive at the deadline, and we are 1 week away from the trade deadline. Last year, boy, things got really wonky at the deadline, making a big
really
move
did.
and then having to make another move on top of that move. With the team they have now, you kind of worry about like messing up the locker room or something like that, but also you want to get the best talent you can possibly get. So it's a balance, I'm sure. What do you think, and what do you expect to see happen at the deadline for Carolina this year?
I mean, the conventional wisdom is that the biggest piece the Canes are missing right now is a second line center. So you've got Sebastian Aho centering your first line. You've got Jordan Stahl centering what is nominally your third line. You've got Mark Jankowski, Jesper Kotkaniemi centering what is your fourth line. Logan Stankoven has been centering what is kind of slotted in as the second line. And, I think that he's done well under the circumstances, but he's still young. That second line center who can really drive play seems to be the thing that is missing from the team. And they have a ton of cap space, thanks to the work of Eric Tulsky and his team. If I was going to see them try to make some sort of move, I would expect the first one to be for a true second line center, maybe like a Ryan O'Reilly or somebody like that. Somebody who can come in and really be an anchor, win faceoffs, drive play on that second line. Beyond that, I think you're really just looking for marginal improvements in depth. With Pyotr Kochekov injured, maybe you look for a solid third goalie, because you've got Caden Primo in the wings, and beyond that, not a whole lot. You're probably looking at maybe a little bit more depth on the defensive side. But really, if you kind of look at it, aside from just pure goal scoring, the only missing piece that jumps out at you is that second line center.
Wade Minter joining us. Goaltending has been good, and I don't know how many Canes fans thought that the Bussy deal would turn out the way it is, but man, he has turned into a fan favorite, right, Wade?
He really has, and you love it for the guy. From everything I've seen, he's just the nicest guy. He's put in the work. Career minor leaguer. The Canes, I don't think, would have picked him up if Toronto hadn't claimed Caden Primo off of waivers during the preseason. Florida was obviously going to send him to the AHL to be their number one down in Charlotte. Canes picked him up. He was probably going to be our third goalie until their injuries to Pyotr Kochekov. And talk about picking up the ball and running with it. Like, he has done everything you could possibly ask of him as an older rookie, a guy who'd never played a game in the NHL before, and just setting record after record, fastest goalie to 10 wins, fastest goalie to 20 wins in NHL history. You start seeing the first few games that he's playing, and you're like, well, maybe this is a fluke. Any goalie can look good for a handful of games, but he kept putting up performance after performance, finding ways to win. And eventually you got to realize that this guy's got it going on. And I think the team did when they got him a 3-year extension.
Wade Minter joining us. Wade, you mentioned the AHL. We talked the other day when we had Mike on and brought in intern Nick. Shout out Nick from at Canes Prospects, who does an awesome job.
He does.
Last year they bring in Nikish, and he makes his debut in the postseason. And I said, is there any chance of that happening again? And they both said no, probably not. And said the good thing is, Wade, where in years past maybe – I don't know if rush is the word, but they'll bring up a guy and put him on the main roster hastily. Now the foundation, the program, the culture is so set that they can let these guys, sit in the crock pot a little bit instead of microwave and keep them down there. And they said the future is very bright, but they're not in a position where they have to rush these guys. And that's great to hear if you're a Canes fan for the future.
It really is, because for so many years, like, the Canes were finding any possible body they could to throw at the NHL level. They just didn't have the talent. They didn't have the depth. Now you've got guys like Bradley Nadeau, who very, very much could be an NHL player. You've got Ryan Suzuki, very much could be an NHL player. Justin Robidas. All these guys who, if you had to plug them in, I think would do fine. And Bradley Nadeau has the times they've called him up during the early season injuries. But as Mike said, being in a position where you don't have to pull those guys out early and potentially stunt their development just because you have no other choice is a great spot to be in. And those guys playing top line minutes against really good players in the AHL is only going to make them better when it comes time for them to join the roster full time, whether it's this season or in the future.
Wade Minter joining us. He'll be on the mic coming up Saturday as the Red Wings take on the Canes. Wade, in my old sports brain, I still look at them sometimes as a Western Conference team with thinking back to the Sergei Fedorov days, and I think the Dominator maybe, Hasek.
Oh, yeah.
For the Red Wings back in the day. But what kind of game are you expecting Saturday night in Raleigh?
I'm expecting another really competitive one. Detroit is very good this year. They've been a little bit kind of lost in the wilderness over the last few years after their ridiculous streak of 20 plus years of making the playoffs ended a little while back. Really talented team, a younger team that plays really well. They beat Ottawa in overtime last night, 2-1, and they're going to come in on a day's rest. The Canes will have a day's rest. I think you're going to end up seeing another really competitive game, and the Canes had better be ready to bring their best because the Detroit team's very good.
Wade, I saw Blake Harrell, East Carolina football coach, sounded the siren right before the Olympic break. And I've been telling folks this a couple of weeks ago at Sports Trivia at the Buccaneer Music Hall. I saw Petey Pablo, and I think that's like seeing the groundhog. So that means I think that's a positive sign for the Canes moving forward. I'm going to take it that way anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That's at least 6 weeks of playoffs if you see Petey Pablo.
So there you go. Wade, great to catch up with you, talk a little Canes hockey. We'll do it again down the road, but have a great call on the mic on the PA coming up Saturday, and appreciate you joining us today, man.
Thanks, Clip. Go Canes and go Pirates.
All right, there is Wade Minter joining us. Nick, what do you think about Canes and Red Wings coming up on Saturday?
It's probably going to be a really, really fun game. I thought Detroit was also going to make a trade yesterday. It didn't happen, but it was mainly because the player that they wanted to trade for basically said, I don't want to play in Detroit, which is kind of funny.
Ouch.
But no, Detroit's a really good team. Their younger core is finally starting to make actual waves within the NHL and not just kind of be funnier to watch their GM, because their GM had it was Steve Yzerman, so it was the Yzer plan, and the Yzer plan had stunk for like 5 years, and now it's finally like, oh, it's okay now. So it should be a really good game.
I have a pick for tonight.
Okay.
I got the Panthers money line at home against Buffalo.
Ooh.
Mainly because I kind of counted the Panthers out Monday, and now I'm scared they're going to go on a run and beat us in the playoffs.
To be fair, they played Toronto, and Toronto is not good. So, but
good.
I also don't underestimate Buffalo at this point. That team is fun.
All right. We shall see what happens this evening. Let's take a break. We'll come back and look back at some of our interviews from this week on Pirate Radio Live, including comments from the mayor, P.J. Connolly, Noah Henderson, Chad Stevens, Shane Winkler, Tyler Sneed. That on the way. Pirate Radio Live on a Friday. Back with you after this. Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for only $11.99. Plus Wednesdays, all Mexican imports are just $3.49. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas, also just $11.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Beauty Bar Medi-Spa specializes in non-surgical aesthetics. Our expert team of licensed professionals are dedicated to offering personalized solutions. Allow us to introduce you to the Toro, an inclusive skin revitalizing laser treating hyperpigmentation as well as tattoo removal, and the detoxifying carbon laser facial, perfect for acne-prone skin, with 10% off our hydrofacial services. Not sure where to start? We offer free consultations giving you the opportunity to ask questions and create a personalized plan just for you. Call Beauty Bar Medi-Spa today or book online at beautybarmedispa.com, 1021 Red Banks Road, Greenville. Go Pirates!
A new feature menu has arrived at Basil's in Greenville. Basil's new specialty menu is full of great favorable dishes like roast beef melt, creamy beef ziti, chicken hibachi pizza, apple strudel pizza, plus $4.50 margaritas every Tuesday and $3 North Carolina craft beers on Wednesday. Basil's regular menu and favorites are always available for lunch and dinner. Eat local, drink local at Basil's, your community restaurant and pizzeria on Fire Tower Road in Greenville. Basil's, Pirates supporting Pirates.
CopyPro, the professional office systems people, have been serving Eastern North Carolina since 1971. From Greenville to Wilmington, businesses trust CopyPro for reliable technology, award-winning service, and top brands like Konica Minolta and Ricoh. Need multi-function printers, document management, or network solutions? CopyPro delivers powerful tools backed by certified technicians and a team dedicated to your success. CopyPro, professional people, professional systems, powerful results. Visit copypro.net or call 756-3175 today.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American flights perfect for your next trip. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
It's Bostic Sugg Furniture's Lazy Boy Market Sample Sell-Off. We bought out an entire showroom of 100 one-of-a-kind pieces of Lazy Boy furniture. Now we're selling it all at drastically reduced prices. Floor samples slashed an additional 50 to 70% off. This is a one-time opportunity to shop extreme sell-off prices on brand new Lazy Boy styles, recliners, power recliners, sectionals, and leather furniture, designer chairs, cocktail ottomans, and much more. Hurry! You will never, ever find Lazy Boy furniture at such low prices again at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Hey, Pirate Nation, get a jump on Mustache March by stopping by UBE or pirateware.com this weekend and purchase a special Strikeout ALS t-shirt. Proceeds from the new t-shirts will be donated to the ECU Baseball Mustache March Fund to fight ALS. The last 4 years, Pirate Nation has helped raise over $8,000 with this promotion, and our goal this year is to get over the $10,000 mark. Get to UBE or pirateware.com right now and get your new t-shirt while supplies last. Go Pirates!
When it comes to building or remodeling your home, every detail matters. Hi, this is Kathy Herring with KDL Construction, and we believe great design begins with careful planning and ends with flawless execution. With open communication and a true partnership mindset, we guide you through every step, turning your vision into reality. Our goal, to deliver more than a building project. We create an experience that is seamless, stress-free, and inspiring. Visit KDLConstructionLLC.com to start your transformation today. KDL Construction, your vision, our craft.
This is Isaiah Winstead. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Eagle Distributing, celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Where do you find the best selection of pre-owned vehicles in Eastern North Carolina? It's DriveHereNow.com. DriveHereNow.com is fully stocked with an excellent selection of SUVs, cars, and trucks. Whether you're looking to upgrade or to get a vehicle for a new driver, get shopping today at DriveHereNow.com. DriveHereNow.com, supporting the Pirates for over 48 years. Now let's head back in and for PRL. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, back to you, Clip.
Anything else you wanted to say, or?
No, I got
right?
distracted. Yeah, I was looking to see if I could get the start of the ECU softball game, and I could not get it, and I got distracted.
All right, fair enough. Pirates, softball, baseball, men's, women's basketball, all at home coming up this weekend. We've had a busy week here at Pirate Radio. Let's relive some of that and rewind some of that, starting with P.J. Connolly, mayor of Greenville. He talked to Ellerby about being the first pitcher to ever throw a pitch at Clark LeClaire Stadium in the Keith LeClaire Classic.
March 4th, 2005, I printed off a little material here. It says, in front of a school record 4,410 fans in attendance, East Carolina defeated Michigan 2-1 in the first game ever played at Clark LeClaire Stadium. And the winning pitcher of that game, who tossed 7 innings, allowing just one run and 4 hits, was P.J. Conley. Can you believe it's been almost 21 years since you threw the first pitch at Clark LeClaire Stadium?
I will say time is flying, but I always tell everybody that, unfortunately, thank goodness for the LeClaire family, because they threw out the first pitch, and technically I would say that's probably a strike. I threw a ball.
Yeah, I was getting ready to ask you. Do you remember what you were in the? I was going through. They got it on ECUPirates.com. They had the first ever pitch, and it was a ball by P.J. Conley. But it looks like you got your head straight and were able to recover.
Yeah, that's right. So I was like, when I threw it, I go, oh my gosh, it's going to be in the record books. The first pitch at Clark LeClaire Stadium was a ball.
What was that moment like for you? Because new stadium. The Claire family. It was a big deal. And the game, a lot of people may not remember, and I didn't really remember until just right now, 11 a.m. start.
Yeah. It was a pretty neat thing. I was fortunate enough to be able to play there the year before on Harrington Field. And so I knew the significance of the new field. And it was a pretty electric atmosphere up there. And so being able to be the first person to pitch in that stadium was pretty cool.
P.J. Connolly there talks some Pirate football this week as well with some former Pirates, including Noah Henderson, who played basketball and baseball in high school. I asked him about his ECU football recruitment. How about your recruitment to ECU? When did they first notice you, Noah, and reach out to you?
I was late in the recruiting game. So, matter of fact, Coach Dahl came down. He came down. I don't even know if he was coming to look for me, but he ended up coming down, and they got to me early. They got me up there probably within the next couple of weeks. It was between them and I had a situation with South Carolina going on, so that they kind of got in a race with them. And once I met Coach Moore and the staff, it was over for me.
All right, Noah Henderson there. Chad Stevens caught some ECU baseball last weekend. Saw him in a picture with Alex Flynn and thought it'd be good to catch up with the former Pirate defensive player, and asked him about Blake Harrell, if he was the same guy as the head coach as he was the defensive coordinator.
No, Harrell's the same guy he was from the first day he got to ECU, man. Real humble guy. I'd say he had to grow into, being that talker. But yeah, I loved Harrell. Still love him. I got to talk to him a little bit Saturday at Tobacco Road before the game. But yeah, he's a great coach. I'm happy for him, and we'll just wish him all the success for next year and years to come.
And let's continue on the football train. Tyler Sneed. We talked to Sneed on Thursday's show. Man, he had an 18-catch performance and a loss. And since we talked about the loss, I had to ask him about his favorite win or wins at ECU.
Ooh, I got to say Memphis in 21 when we first became bowl eligible after a couple-year drought. I just remember the locker room after that game. I think that was an OT game too. I think it was overtime where we won. They went for 2 and they didn't get it, and that made us bowl eligible. And then probably the 2 of my favorite are that one, and then the week after in Navy where we kicked that game-winning field goal at Navy to give us our 7th win, and then that was setting us up for the Military Bowl right after that. So I would probably say those 2 are some of my favorites. But then if you throw it all the way back to 2018, I didn't see the field, but I was enjoying the view of us putting up about 40-something on UNC.
All right, and Shane Winkler, ECU softball coach, coming off the big win over Duke midweek. Asked him about his team's start to the season.
No, we feel good. I think last night did a lot for our confidence. We feel like going back to opening weekend, Alabama's one of the best teams in the country. I mean, they're undefeated. They swing it as well as anyone in the entire nation. I think that game was closer than what it was. We had the ability to go up 2 runs on them before kind of got out of hand late. Georgia Tech, we lost 2 to them, but we had a lead in game 1 to where we feel like we need to find a way to close that out. But playing those type of opponents consistently the first month of the season gives us that ability to know what we have. We're calloused up a little bit. We got some scars. We know how to overcome things to where some teams down the road that are playing absolutely nobody on their schedule, have no RPI competition, that they're not battle tested, and we've definitely put ourselves in position going into American play here in a couple weeks that we've been testing in a lot of different ways.
All right, there is Shane Winkler as the Pirates get ready for a lot of softball games coming up this weekend at the Max. Jamie in YouTube says, Clip, who's your favorite athlete not on one of your favorite teams? Same question, but favorite coach. I don't know if I have that currently, like all time. I think he just wants me to say Edgerrin James. Edgerrin James was cool. He went to the U. He had a grill, dreads. He just looked cool. And I drafted him as a rookie on my fantasy football team and basically had him for his entire career on my team. And loved Edge. I have a jersey. So Edgerrin James would be one all time. Basketball, I used to like, I didn't like the obvious guys. I was a Mitch Richmond fan in the 90s when he played for the Kings. Loved Dirk. Most recently, which I don't think he's good anymore. He's getting old. He is old. Damian Lillard. I actually have a pair of Damian Lillard shoes. I saw Portland play Charlotte in person, and I was pulling for the Hornets, obviously. Hornets won. It was a fun night, but watching Dame live was pretty cool. So I'm a Damian Lillard fan. I'm trying to think, like, currently who would be. I don't watch enough NBA to have another guy. NFL, Puka, maybe. I'm trying to think running backs, quarterbacks. I don't know. I hate a lot of players more than I like players these days, it seems like. I'll go Puka, I guess. Baseball, growing up, Frank Thomas was my favorite non-Brave because he was a first baseman. So I had the high-top black cleats like he did, playing first in Little League. I think that would make my list. Nick, do you have any non-Vikings that you like across the NFL?
NFL's a little tougher, but I would definitely probably go Tet.
Yeah.
I that's a very fun receiver.
Yeah.
For sure.
Any other sports? Any other guys?
For hockey, Ivan Demidov from the Montreal Canadiens.
Demidov. Coaches, he's not coaching anymore. I always like Mike Tomlin. Steelers don't. I like Mike Tomlin a lot more than Mike McCarthy.
I think most people do.
I can tell you that. Good question, Jamie. If I'll think of some others during the break, we'll take that break. A lot of my stuff relates to fantasy football. Guys that I had a lot, including Brian Westbrook, the old Eagles running back in the day. For some reason, I would draft Matt Schaub every year, so I liked him with Houston. Basketball, yeah, I don't know. I say Dirk, Mitch Richmond, Dame. Yeah, I'll think of some others. Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, to wrap it up on a Friday after this.
Planning a special event, whether it's a baby shower, bridal luncheon, birthday party, or even a tailgate at Clark LeClaire Stadium, Chicken Salad Chick has you covered. Their fan favorite mini croissant platters is just one of many options to choose from, perfect for any occasion. With a variety of chicken salad flavors, there's something for everyone to enjoy. Let us do the work while you enjoy the event. Delicious, fresh, and served with a smile. Chicken Salad Chick Catering. Make every event memorable. Visit chickensaladchick.com to place your catering order. Just remember, you pick it up and we'll have it ready to go. Chicken Salad Chick, where every event is a little bit tastier.
Hey Pirates, it's Lindsay Gray with Carolina Caliber. Warm up from the winter with hot manufacturer rebates and store discounts. Buy any new Winchester Super X pump, Wildcat, Expert, or XPR, get $25 back. Getting ready for turkey season? Buy any new Winchester Super X pump shotgun, get $50 back. Or bring in the heat with a Savage $100 rebate on a Savage Renegade shotgun. Don't forget 50% off Nomad turkey gear. Shop online or stop by Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. It's a time-honored tradition.
Enjoy the warm air circulating moments after you turn up the heat. Precise control of cooking temperatures. Enough hot water on demand for everyone's shower. The instant glow of warmth when you turn on your fireplace or fire pit. Never having to change a gas tank on your outdoor grill. Experience the affordable luxury of natural gas. Find out more at GUC.com.
Washington's favorite place to eat and where all the locals go is Down on Main Street. Down on Main Street's new weekly lunch specials are here and only for $8.99. Stop by Monday through Friday and enjoy chicken and pastry, spaghetti, meatloaf, hamburger steak, and everyone's favorite fried shrimp plate. After work, Down on Main Street is the perfect spot for dinner and drinks with friends. Down on Main Street in historic downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Danny Beal, and the best place to go for custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items is University Sportswear. University Sportswear was easy to work with when I needed my custom t-shirts. From start to finish, University Sportswear provided superior customer service and a quality product that cannot be beat. If your business, organization, or event needs t-shirts or promotional help, then you need University Sportswear. Visit universitysportswearenc.com for contact information. Go Pirates!
Greenville Motor Company has proudly served Greenville for over 40 years. Driven by service, powered by trust, locally owned and operated by Tommy and Brian Cook and the Cook family. When you're looking for your next ride, choose from a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs, domestic or import. If they don't have exactly what you want, they'll locate it for you. From your very first car to that luxury automobile you've always dreamed of, it's Greenville Motor Company, 1000 Southwest Greenville Boulevard, DriveHereNow.com. Driven by service, powered by trust, Greenville Motor Company.
Hi, I'm sure you heard the bells and whistles next door. We're just securing your neighbor's house with the smart home features like cameras and security.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Oh, hi, yes, I'm Mike with SCI Technologies. You know, Eastern North Carolina's premier security provider. We do fire alarm, audio, video, and security.
Ooh, how can you help me?
Give us a call, 252-321-7006 for a complimentary quote, or you can email us at info@sciteks.com.
Everyday children in Eastern North Carolina are fighting the unimaginable pediatric cancer. Riley's Army stands beside them, offering financial and emotional support, food cards, gas cards, and a community of care. But we can't do it without you. Visit Riley'sArmy.com to donate, volunteer, or learn more. Together we can bring comfort, hope, faith, and strength to these brave families and children. Riley's Army, because no family should fight alone.
This is Parker Byrd from ECU Baseball, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Eagle Distributing, celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. And the stock market had a rough ending to the week. The Dow was down 521 points and closed at 48,977. The NASDAQ was down 210 points at 22,668, and the S&P slipped 29 points and closed out the week at 6,878. That is your Wells Fargo Advisors Stock Market Report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into the show. Here is Clip.
I saw this graphic according to Sport Track, the 2026 spenders and MLB free agency this year. Blue Jays at the top, not the Dodgers, the Blue Jays at $337 million. But the bottom team is what's funny to me. The Washington Nationals spent $5 million, which in sports terms is like a $20 bill or something for us. $5 million. followed by 8 from the Royals and Guardians. I saw this on Twitter from an angry Guardians fan who said that's how you respond after winning back-to-back AL Central titles with clear and obvious holes in the lineup. 8 milli. That is 329 less million than the Blue Jays spent. So there you go. Good luck to the Nationals and Royals who are bringing up the rear in money spent in free agency this year. All right. Jamie didn't really think of anybody else. Who are some coaches I wish? I like I always like John Harbaugh. I like guys that get fired, I guess. Says a lot about the coaches we've had in Washington over the years. Not a Belichick fan. I think the Colts have all those years. Dungy?
Correct.
Yeah, I need a little more rah-rah than Dungy gave as a head coach. Gruden, I need a little less mean-mugging for the camera. Who else won a lot? I like Andy Reid. I'm an Andy Reid fan. Pete Carroll, never really liked Pete Carroll. Woo! Never really got into Pete Carroll. Jamie said Hakeem Olajuwon and Pat Riley. Oh, I was a big Latrell Sprewell fan. Hate that he choked out his coach. I don't condone that. But when he went to New York, that was like one of the first New York teams I halfway rooted for in the finals against the Spurs in 1999 because Spree was fun. And I don't know, they just were kind of gritty. When New York's good and Madison Square Garden's rocking, I kind of get sucked up into it. And I was pulling for them that NBA Finals. I don't like Pat Riley because I didn't like those Heat teams that he coached in the 90s. And I'm a little too young for the Lakers teams he coached. So I just remember him from those boring, slow, kind of dirty Heat teams from the 90s. Not a Pat Riley fan. I like Pop. Both the liquid and the coach. And there you have it. We shall see you Monday, 3 o'clock, all new edition of Pirate Radio Live. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you, Nick Bass. And thank you all for tuning in. We will talk to you when we talk to you. For the crew, I am Clip Rock. Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to